Glad to see you got wood. So it's a little bit of a crapshoot. So wait 1 sec. You're an interior designer now? What the hell? That's not cool.
Yes, what can we do here?
Well, okay, so we're here to design a home theater, right? So I'm going to walk you through my vision of things that I'm thinking about for this space.
Okay.
All right, and then like usual, you can kibosh my ideas and tell me better ones. Okay, so we're in my basement. We got this reclaimed brick wall, which I love. So I want to keep it.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Really, the feel that I want to have in this room is kind of like you're in old Montreal. Okay, we tried to keep a little bit of a French feel throughout the house. But I want to take it a little bit further down here, almost kind of wine cellar-ish, you know, kind of like you're in an old Montreal restaurant or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe there's some reclaimed wood materials, barn board possibly.
Okay.
Right, but I don't want it to feel like a ranch. It's not a ranch.
Right.
Okay? There's not going to be any sort of horse theme in here at all.
No horses?
No horses.
Okay. And the wainscoting? What's your intent there?
The wainscoting's got to go. So we'll rip that out of here. You know, I think I want it to be a fairly, I guess transitional is the word, but with that old feel still.
Okay.
You know? So
Yep.
I want clean contemporary kind of lines.
Right.
But the materials can be old. Right?
So
it's kind of like
warmer
that, it's kind of like that
tones.
restoration hardware feel, you know, where you
Yep.
have like a really, you know, rich woods and antique sort of finishes, but combined with the clean lines and you know, nothing too shiny in the theater.
Right.
I want it to be very
so
simple.
like the old and the new sort of mixed in together.
No, exactly, right?
So we can probably do something in the ceiling, sort of tie in with the brick wall we have here.
Yeah. What do you think? You might want to put some wood up there or something?
Well, definitely don't want to keep the popcorn ceiling unless you want to.
Oh, come on, you keep I love the popcorn ceiling. It's a
It
popcorn
does- it
theme.
adds
It's a theater.
character.
It's popcorn.
You're right. We should keep
right?
it.
It kind of goes together, doesn't it? Maybe just put some yellow paint on it, like butter. You know.
Oh gosh. We should definitely have the seating here.
Okay.
Definitely do a 6-foot deep platform that should accommodate your back row of seating with incline motorization.
Let's just see how far that comes. So 6 feet. Yeah, because 6 feet is going to give us enough room for the chairs. And they're incliners we're getting, so they can be close to the wall.
Right.
Right? And 6 feet takes us to here.
So about here.
Yeah.
So I line up midway to the cabinet.
Okay. But we might have to play with this dimension a bit because we've got this sort of elbow in the wall here and this angled section of the brick wall. So we're going to have, I guess, a challenge to figure out, I guess when you're going into your CAD and everything.
Right, when I do the floor plan layout.
Yeah, the floor plan. Basically the seats, you know, they really only come to here, right? Because they start
Well,
getting
and
pushed
also
forward.
the incline, which we're going to need about 6 inches.
Yeah. Unless we do a deeper stage so we can get the seating further off the wall. That'll actually
Right.
sound better. If we get the seating further from the wall, it
I
actually
almost want
sound
to take
better.
it further out as well.
Okay. It's also going to help with the sound. The
Right,
brick, the brick
for
will
your
be
surround
the brick will be
speakers.
a natural sort of acoustical property too, like a diffusion, right? So
Right.
that's going to really help to break up the surround sound effects and help to just create a really enveloping sound back here, which is what the goal is. And then this area here, we really got to figure out how far that stage comes forward, because we don't want to end up with some awkward spot up by the entry door.
Yeah. Once I do the layout in CAD, maybe we can look at, incorporating some sort of built-ins over there that can be dual purpose for a concession, popcorn machine, candies, or whatever else. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, popcorn machines stink up the room pretty bad. I'm pretty sure
Well,
you
you're
told me that
supposed to
one
clean it.
time. So actually, I got a great deal on some used theater seating. Like,
Used?
For real? Yeah.
Oh,
Some
gosh.
pre-owned seating. That's actually a good thing. It's a good tip. People move, right? When
Right.
people move, sometimes they can sell off stuff, so you can get a great deal on theater seating. Just go to Kijiji, and why do you
Is
gotta
that how
pay?
you got them?
Well, no.
You have your ways.
Little inside connection. But basically, so we can do 3 back here. The way of the seating I've bought is it's actually Fortress seating, really nice quality stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 6-inch arm, then a 24-inch chair, another 24-inch chair, 6-inch arm, 24-inch chair, a 6-inch arm. So it's basically an arm, love seat, and then a single
arm,
seat, right?
right.
So you got kind of, what's that, 4 feet, 6, 7, 7.5 feet, which is basically what I got here on the ground. So it's actually, it's pretty nice. It's only gonna touch the wall about here, right? So it's only like 8 inches off the wall, right? So basically we need a stage that's like 6'8". So if the stage comes up to wherever it comes, then we've got 4 chairs to put in the front row.
Are they all singles, or are they single love seat singles?
Single, love seat, single.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like 10 feet there. So that's pretty much like, that'd be the whole 4 seats, right?
It might be a little bit tight.
It's pretty tight. Like it's really.
Even if the seats end where your foot is, basically at 10 feet, you only basically left with about 18 inches of walk space.
So
You need about 3 feet.
Might have to do 3 and 3.
Yeah, so probably 2 rows of 3.
So the screen's going to be on this wall,
Yes.
and I think I was measuring this earlier. I think pretty much the maximum screen size we can do here is going to be a 100-inch diagonal, and sort of based on kind of 2 thoughts. I mean, where the front row of seats is, sort of 3 screen heights is kind of the rule of thumb, right? So the 100-inch diagonal screen is like 48 inches high, like the actual viewing image. As a rule of thumb, I like to go with 3 screen heights to the sort of optimal, what I call the money seat, so whoever's paying the bill. Right?
Which is you, in this case.
So 4 feet for the screen height is going to get us to about 12 feet into the front row of seats. But the other thing we got to consider too is the sight line, right? So you're going to do a sight line analysis.
Yes, I will do that.
We're going to consider the height of the stage, the height of that back row of seats, and make sure that we can see the bottom of the screen.
The other thing is, are we keeping this bulkhead, or have you sort of checked into to see whether or not there's any HVAC or plumbing or anything that's in there?
Yeah,
And do we need to isolate it?
Unfortunately, there is a bay window in the room above.
Okay.
And there's a vent.
There's a vent.
Event,
Okay. And the buzzing lights, we keeping those too?
Oh, you don't like the buzzing lights? Damn, you're good. You heard that, eh? I think pot lights will be a nice choice because we can put them. We want to do some column details, right? So we can position some lights specifically to wash the columns. We can also sort of create a section of pot lighting in the back of the room, which we can dim separately from the front of the room. So if you want to have the front dark, which is important for watching a projector and screen, you
Yes.
still have a little bit of dim light at the back. That would be okay. We're going to scrape all this popcorn off the ceiling. We'll get it smooth. And we'll see how it looks when we scrape it. I mean, if once it's scraped, if it's not salvageable, we'll just tear the drywall out and put some new drywall in. But I'm hoping we can salvage it because I really want to keep the cost down in terms of the renovation in here. So keep that in mind, okay?
That's, I don't know. I don't understand what that means.
Because this is an exterior wall, I don't want to be doing in-wall speakers in this wall down here. So we're going to go with a fixed screen. It'll just be in place. And then the front speakers, they'll be Definitive Technology speakers we're using.
Okay.
The Mythos line. And they've got a flat panel sort of styled speaker, which is like 1.5 inches deep.
That's impressive.
Yeah, no, it's really thin. And they sound great. So basically we're going to use those and incorporate them into the front wall. Let's just stick to a 5-channel system. And let's do 2 subs. I think that'll be nice. Let's do 2 subwoofers so we can keep it symmetrical. And I don't want to put the subwoofers in the wall because it just drives the cost way up.
Right.
You don't get as much performance. And this room's pretty good because generally rooms that are more evenly divisible dimensions are problematic. And this particular room is good because the front wall and the length and the ceiling heights, none of them divide into each other evenly.
No, definitely
And we've got some different shapes going on, some triangles, we got some bulkheads popping down. So acoustically, we should be pretty good. I think what we'll do though in terms of, once we get past this sort of absorptive area with the acoustical treatment, is we'll just, to keep the cost down again, we'll just order more of the fabric that we've got going on for these absorptive panels up front,
Yeah.
and we'll just wrap some MDF panels back here.
Okay.
It'll look exactly the same,
Right.
and that'll give us something that's a little bit reflective, but still a tiny bit absorptive because of the fabric. So
Right.
better than drywall. I'm always trying to cut the budget over here.
You always try to do that. Yes, I know. Well, is there anything else in this room that I need to know about in terms of design elements?
Well, projector. We got to talk about the projector. And with the Epson projector that we're using, we've got a huge range of acceptable distance. So
Okay.
I think we can put it right back in this area, nice and tight to the wall. And then for the equipment, we're going to put the equipment in the utility room, which is directly behind here.
The opposite wall.
Yeah, we'll put a little rack in there.
Okay.
And then we're going to use a Control 4 remote control, which is, it's actually Wi-Fi. So don't have to point it, don't have to see the equipment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty slick. This is a painting I did years and years ago. What do you think about that?
Oh, wow. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Oh,
Wow, look at all the
What
colors.
are you doing? You taking it off the wall?
It's quite nice. What?
Seriously.
All right.
All right.